Hey, good morning, everybody. On this Monday, it's November 7th. I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. 4:50 is the current time as I record this podcast. So just before 5 a.m. Um, Picked up a little bit of sprinkles in a couple of spots yesterday. This morning, we're picking up a little bit of light rain and sprinkle activity. This is all being squeezed out by that frontal boundary that stalled over the area late yesterday and kind of wobbled back and forth across the Kentucky-Tennessee border. And since we're on the south side of that boundary, we've picked up on a few renegade showers and some light rain, sprinkles, drizzle right across the Tennessee border. Not so much here in Bowling Green, although you may go out this morning and find some raindrops on your windshield. Most of it is just moving right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border and moving onward. As that front passes today, it will turn slightly cooler than yesterday. It'll still be in the 70s, but we're going to cool it down by a few degrees. Yesterday's high officially for Sunday in Bowling Green was 78, the average 63, so we were 15 degrees above average yesterday in Bowling Green for a high temperature. Turned out to be a nice day. A lot of clouds mixing with the sunshine, but overall it was a pretty nice day. All right, let me show you the 10-day blend up front. For those that don't want the details, here it comes, and it's a doozy. We're still holding on to that big shot of colder air coming in later this week into the weekend. Look at that, balmy temperatures for the next several days, 70s across the board, about 70, well, low 70s to mid 70s today, lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s, maybe even upper 70s Wednesday, and then here comes the front that is going to arrive on Friday. It's an Arctic front, and it has a very big dome of high pressure, Arctic high pressure, which means we are going to get cold around here. This will be any kind of, if you want to call it Indian summer, leftovers from summer, leftovers from early fall, that type of situation. This is going to be one of those situations where it's a situation. It's going to be drastically colder by the weekend. You can see there, highs only in the 40s, maybe hitting 50, and then lows below freezing, sub-freezing temperatures in the 20s. And somewhere along that line into next week, there could be some precipitation. I'm not going to say what it will be. We'll just have to wait and see. But the big story here over the coming week is how cold it's going to turn, and pretty drastically. It's almost going to be like flipping a switch here um, as we head into the upcoming weekend. So I hope you're prepared for that because it's coming. The models consistently put that out, and I don't foresee any changes or flip-flops in this case. It's coming for a good chunk of the country, as a matter of fact. All right, let's take a look at current temperatures this morning with the Kentucky Net readings. As of almost 5 a.m. this morning, you can see a little bit cooler 40s along the Ohio River, and then we're in the 50s and 60s further south. That's evidence of that front that I showed you that lies just north. So south of the front, well into the 60s, including Bowling Green, but just north of that boundary, we're seeing 50s and even some 40s, like up in McLean County, they're showing 46 right now up near Calhoun, Kentucky. So It's not going to get colder. Today is just going to be a bit cooler than it was yesterday. You may find a little bit of coolness in the air this morning as that front breezes by, but other than that, it's not going to be all that chilly today or the rest of this week until that front comes in on Friday. So here's a look at future temperatures. You can see the front. Notice here the temperatures 60s ahead of the front, then 50s and 40s back behind it. Put this into motion through the day, and we do gradually warm into the low 70s across the area, 60s west and north. Tonight will still be mild. We'll drop into the 50s, maybe low 50s for overnight lows, some 40s, though off to the north of us and east of us. And then as we get into tomorrow, closer to 70. We'll go 69, maybe 70, 71 here in Bowling Green, as sunshine will be out and in full force, but the winds will be more east to northeast, and therefore will be a few degrees cooler. You want me to jump ahead to show you the colder air? Okay, I will. So here's tomorrow. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, 70s, Thursday, 70s, Friday. Here comes the front. Can you see it? Back to the west, the lighter shades of yellow or orange, red. Yeah. You see Carbondale, Cape Girardeau, Paducah. Now watch the progression of the cold air. This is Friday, looking for a high around 70 for us. Then let's get into Friday night. Ooh, yeah, you saw it there. Near freezing. Okay. So let's go into Saturday. Oh, that was Saturday. You're looking at the high temperature on Saturday. This coming Saturday, 44. Let's go to the lows on Saturday night into Sunday morning. What? What? See that? 25. Below freezing. Hard freeze. I know we've already had our freezing a few weeks ago, but I'm talking this is going to come and stay. It's not going to come for a day or two and then leave us and then we warm back up into the 70s. That ain't happening. To be very technical, that ain't happening. Catch my drift now? It's going to stay. Once that cold air comes in, it's going to stay, and it's going to stay through Thanksgiving. It's going to stay through the end of November, and who knows how long it's going to stay. But the overall signals in the atmosphere, which we can see positive, negative, um, oscillation between warm and cold air masses, it gets very technical, but to break it all down and simplify it for you, this is going to stay for a while. No more Indian summer little warm ups here like we've had this week or last week. It's just not going to happen. So that means staying that cold, we're likely to see some wintry weather middle of the month before Thanksgiving. Because with those kind of temperatures, I mean, it could be nothing else but. So we shall see. It's too soon to say, but we'll see. All right, here's a look at the forecast radar, and you can see that a little bit of light rain and sprinkles that will just be with us mainly this morning, and it's already beginning to weaken. Now, as we go through the day, there could be a spotter here that gets drizzle or some sprinkles, but the sun will come out mixing with sunshine at times today. Tonight, pretty quiet. Tomorrow, yada, yada, yada. Next few days, it's going to be like what you see right there, a blank screen, which means clear skies, sunshine, and warm temperatures, as I've already showed you this morning. All right, let's take a look at the surface map And we go through the next 7 days with that, and I can show you the colder air coming in and whatever else may happen. So here's our little logjam of systems this morning that's producing the little bit of light rain and sprinkles across the Tennessee border. So that feature moves away today, takes some of the light rain down to Nashville. If you're going south, that's where you're going to run into a little more of a shower. And then once you get into, say, northern Mississippi, parts of Arkansas, Texas, thunderstorms there. But all of that's going to continue to move south. Here we go into Tuesday, high pressure, sunshine, a warmer flow here, which will keep us in the 70s. Here comes two systems to watch, one in the panhandle of Texas, and then the other Pacific storm that's going to have the overall, what I've been saying, mother load. I don't really like that term, but I guess it's, what else could you say? Mother load. So we'll go, we'll go with that of the colder air, and you can see that it's still going to take a few days to get that in here. There is a little shortwave across Kentucky that's just, it may produce a few clouds, but nothing more than that. Here we are into Wednesday. We get into Thursday, and here comes our system barreling across the plains. Some severe weather on the eastern side of it, the western and northern side of it, lots of snow. And then behind it, that big ton of cold air. Ton, that's another instead of mother load. Have you ever seen no. All right. Mother load. Here we go. Back it up here into Friday. There comes the front. Some shower activity, but this is going to be more of a temperature changing front than it is going to be a rain producer. We'll get a little bit of rain. You know, the last few has just been like, whatever, drops of rain. This one's going to do the same thing. It's not going to be a heavy rain producer. It's not going to be a thunderstorm producer for us. Severe weather producer, not even close. It's going to have a lot of wind, and it's going to have a lot of cold air. Look at it wrapping around in the upper Midwest. And all of that cold air behind this boundary is going to spill in over much of the country. Much of the country. So here we go from Friday into Saturday. Here it comes. Look at that. Arctic high pressure ridge, strong and building into Saturday, and then into Sunday. Cold, cold, cold air. Cold. You will have to turn on the heat this weekend. I know it's like, well, you get used to all this warmer air, and then it just, with the snap of a finger, it goes away, and then now we're all cold and frosty and got to turn on the heat. But hey, we're in November, and by the weekend it will be almost the middle of November. When did that happen? But it's, you know, when it hits is anybody's guess. This time it's going to be this weekend. I'm not saying snow or ice or anything like that, although I think more toward in a period between the 15th and 17th, maybe 18th of this month, there's going to be something, and it's going to be frozen. So that's the way the patterns look right now. Okay. All right. In the meantime, I'm headed to the radio station, Sam 100.7. And let me say quickly, I know I'm running out of time here, but I got the email from the Daily News yesterday that Sam had won as best radio station. Thank you for that. And that I had won as best radio personality. Thank you for that. I'm humbled and actually surprised, stunned. I've never won in those categories before, but I'm grateful and I'm thankful to you for voting. If you voted for Sam and for me, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. It's awesome. It's well, I don't. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm going to head over there 6 to 10 this morning for some music and fun. And thank you for watching, and God bless. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the radio.